We're currently in the Xplore factory here in Germany. We've just arrived. The plan is to do 3 days worth of testing. The first 2 days of the testing are planned to be at the Mark Bron Proving Ground. We're going to spend the 3rd day on the rolling road back in this factory here. It's very, very important that we continue to test our product.
When customers buy the vehicles, we can't wait for them to have the 10 years experience in the vehicle to get some data around it. So what we need to do is accelerate that test to make sure that the vehicle performs in the manner that we expected from a design development perspective.
We've made some constructional changes. We're testing many items that we're preparing to put into product for 2016 and onwards. It's key to us really that we test on a regular basis. So we're back here again. My first time, but I'm looking forward to it. We're going to head up to the Mark Bron Proving Ground first. The plan for day 1 and day 2 is to get 250 laps of that track under the belt of the caravan that we brought here to test.
What we're testing this year is very extreme conditions. To be able to accelerate the test regime means that we have to make the tests more aggressive, the surfaces more aggressive that the product goes over. So that the test track is made up of a number of different surfaces. One of them is a Belgian pavé.
There you go, that's the Belgian pavé. We have at least 7 new parts in this vehicle. That's on test at the moment.
Another one is a washboard.
This is the washboard. It's not a bad ride actually on the washboard. It's the best bit of the track.
The other one is restructured asphalt.
A bit of repaired asphalt. Oh, that's kind of what the roads are like sometimes.
And then the final one is potholes.
Potholes, certainly the worst. You've got to be here to understand what's going on. 1 lap on the Mark Bron track is the equivalent to 100 kilometres on UK road. So if you get that vehicle around 200 laps, you've really got the full life cycle of the product covered. We are putting some measuring devices in there which will enable us to get a lot more data than what we would normally get from a test track.
So what we do, we have black boxes distributed around the vehicle, and what each one of those will tell us is how the vehicle performs at that specific point of the vehicle.
We want to bring that data back, share it with our colleagues at Newcastle University so we can improve yet further in the future. We need to understand a little bit more about components, where we fit components, how layouts go together, where things can be used, how we can maybe improve layouts, because we need to understand what goes on inside that box. We discussed how we're going to test this vehicle. Xplore brought into that conversation that they had a new rolling road facility. I believe it's been open about 5 months.
With the rolling road, we are simulating test tracks. We are able to simulate the load over the lifetime without any environmental influences.
If you get 250 laps on the Mark Bron track, you've got a really sound unit. We're going to push it 1 step further. We're going to do the 250 laps and then put it on the rolling road for a further day. That's going to really push this vehicle to its limits.
You always feel nervous. Being from production, we're there and we see the caravans moving very slowly up the production line. When you think you're going to a place and you're going to take this caravan at 50 kilometres and put it through potholes, it just seems a bit nervy. Yeah.
As I said earlier on in the week before we started, it was about pass and fail. The vehicle's passed again, but from a data point of view, we've captured an awful lot of material that we can use in the future. The new parts that we're putting in, we didn't have any failures. A lot of these parts are bonded into place, and there was maybe a little bit of scepticism within our business and other businesses saying, well, that'll not work, but the best place to try it is on the track. And it just performed fine, absolutely fine. We've had one of the Henkel technicians here all week to oversee what's happening with every joint on the vehicle.
My job is to technically support the company with the correct selection of adhesives, and then when they test them, to make sure they work. All of the exterior fittings and fixtures that we've put on with adhesives performed fantastically. There was no issues with them, no failures, which is much as what we expected, to be fair.
I think that the bonding construction has made a significant improvement in terms of the actual whole construction of the vehicle. It's obviously eliminated all the screws and bolts that we had previously, and actually watching it around the test track, you can actually see the vehicle perform exceptional in terms of its rigidity and robustness of structure.
Once again, we proved that the shell of the solid box is fantastic. It really does add to the vehicle. the whole thing working together from the chassis right through to the roof, walls, ceiling, etc. We've got a box to be proud of, in my opinion, really have. It's all about now making sure the inside is the same as the outside, but I think the test that we've done over this week will just allow us to improve yet further, I'm sure of that. I think I'll be back to the track. I've really enjoyed it. I've worked for the company many years and this is one of the best 3 or 4 days of my career here.